Welcome back, everybody, to episode number 3 of All About the Game. And I'm your host, Jason, and welcome back to Mic Drop Sports. Today's episode, we're going to be talking a little bit about Matt Canada and his presser yesterday. So quick episode, just talking about a few things. There's not much news right now. This is mandatory mini camp. We're just trying to get to that period of Latrobe, Pennsylvania, when we hit the pads and hit training camp officially for the Pittsburgh Steelers here in a little less than 5 weeks. So welcome back again. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Matt Canada gave a little bit of a press conference yesterday, talking about things that the offense needs to do better. I still think Matt Canada is subpar at his position, and he'll really have to prove it to all of us that he can do something special with the group of talent that he has right now. The Steelers have amassed a great talent and great talent pool. And Matt Canada has no excuses now. He has a secure line, a year 2 quarterback, several weapons now at the wide receiver position, the emergence of Calvin Austin, hopefully this year to take the top off the defense, a year 2 George Pickens, a year 2 Connor Hayward, Najee Harris, that's starting to really evolve, Jaylen Warren in year 2, Darnell Washington, Pat Freiermuth. Does anybody notice that Pat Freiermuth never practices besides me? Every time I see a clip, it's 88 standing in his shorts, chilling, no helmet, never doing nothing. Last season, I took my family and we went up to training camp, and every time we were up there, there's Pat just chilling, standing. I mean, I don't know. Does he have some crazy injury that I don't know about? I mean, I don't know. I have not done really any research. I just care if he plays the games. But it's just weird to me that he's always standing there, guys. It's crazy. So, guys, let's see what Matt Canada had to say about a few things. And I'm going to play you one quick clip of him talking about the red zone offense. And the Steelers' red zone offense last season was complete shit. They had less than 57% at home. At home, you have your crowd behind you. You should be in the 70s. The Dallas Cowboys led the league at 74% last season with red zone efficiency. And at away, they had a 47%. Guys, that's horrible. That's shit. Come on. That is one thing that has to improve. That's a killer, man. You can't get field goals all the time. Come on. What the? Oh, excuse me. It's kind of crazy. I almost let the big one slip, the big F-bomb. But just saying, man, it's crazy that you got this offense down in the red zone. You've drove down the field, and, man, you stall every time. And I thought a lot of that was due to play calling last year. Some of the things I'd be like, what are you doing, dude? Crazy. You have George Pickens. And at the time, sometimes you had Chase Claypool, 2 big guys. Put them out on the edge. Let them go. Throw some fades. Do something. I don't know. It just made no sense to me last season. A lot of head-scratching moments for me whenever I watched that Pittsburgh Steelers offense, specifically inside the red zone. And I'm going to play you a quick clip that I caught off the internet here of Matt Canada talking about the red zone efficiency and what it means and what they have to do to become better in the next season here coming forward.
As far as the red zone goes, you brought that up before. The last day of OTAs, Mitch made the comment that he thought some of the best periods that the offense has had this year where they won the most was the red zone. Was that your observation as well? And if so, where has it worked out?
Yeah, obviously comment about that, but just I think we've spent a lot of time on the red zone. We're aware of what are those issues. We had some missed assignments. It doesn't matter why we weren't successful. Again, that's what we all want to talk about. The bottom line is we have to be more productive down there. So as a staff, we spent a lot of time on what that was. We spent a lot of time in meetings and installation, and that's been a primary focus. So I think we're seeing growth and we're seeing improvement. Nothing out here. The bottom line business and the bottom lines in the fall. We're certainly working at it. It's an area of focus, and we're excited about where we are today.
That was just a quick little clip. I think I got that off of a channel called Sports with Amanda G. So go check her out and support that channel also, and thank her for letting us use that quick little clip that I got off of her channel of Matt Canada talking about the red zone efficiency. And guys, that has to be the key this season. That is one statistic that I think could really sway many things, like the points per game, just not getting field goals, even if you just increase that to 60 some percent, that increases the Steelers' odds of winning by a great deal because you're putting way more points on the board, guys. So that was just a quick clip. And thanks again to Sports. I think it's called Sports with Amanda G. So go over there and subscribe also. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button here at Mike Drop Sports. And this is the pod all about the game. And the Steelers really got to capitalize on what they have here. A second-year quarterback under a cheap deal, a great backup quarterback. And I know a lot of you are going to say, oh, no, he's not. He's a good backup quarterback in Mitchell Trubisky. Do I like him as the lead man? No. But I think he's a great backup. Mason Rudolph, for a third-string quarterback, you got a pretty damn good quality quarterback there at third string, guys. That's third string. That gives you some security that you know if Kenny gets nicked up, that we can make it through a couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks with Mitch and Mason and get through and be able to muddle through that low spot to where we're going to still win some games. We might lose a couple, but they'll keep you involved and keep you in the race. So the Steelers really got to capitalize on this second-year quarterback thing, guys. They're paying him a cheap deal. They built the offensive lineup. They've gotten some weapons through the draft. Through free agency, Allen Robinson, Calvin Austin making a return, George Pickens in year 2. The list goes on and on. Connor Hayward, I think, is going to have a big season. We'll see how that comment ages. But I think, guys, Connor Hayward is set to have a breakout season. I think you can utilize that guy in many, many different roles. And we're going to see the emergence of Connor Hayward this season. We've seen little bits last season, but this is going to be his year. I think him, George Pickens, and Pat Freiermuth are going to be the real leaders on this offense in terms of receptions, touchdowns, and just the ability to make things happen. And I think a young Calvin Austin coming out there for 20, 25 plays a game and blowing the top off, creating those mismatches inside because he's demanding coverage on the outside and over the top help. That is going to be big for the Steelers. Whenever he's taking that safety, they're over top of helping that cornerback, and Calvin's blown by him. That corner's already flustered from the speed of Calvin, especially some rookie corners, things like that. They're not going to know exactly what to think, and that's going to open some underneath stuff for guys like Pat Freiermuth, Darnell Washington, Connor Hayward, Najee out of the backfield on some little dumps, like some little dink and dump screens and things like that. Now you'll be able to also run a jet sweep effectively. You're having a guy like Calvin Austin. You could run the jet sweep with him, or you could have him bringing that coverage out where he's taking 2 guys on him because he's so fast. You can fake that and run a beastie play action off that jet sweep with a guy like Calvin Austin, to where you could run a George Pickens on a jet sweep or a Connor Hayward on a jet sweep. I mean, the possibilities are limitless, especially when you can run out of jumbo sets like they're going to have the ability to do with the many tight ends that they have. Their large size and their catching ability and their catching radius, and Najee Harris's size, Jalen Moore in a little wrecking ball looking in shape. You're going to be able to do a lot of things. And if you're Matt Canada, I don't know how you can't come up with exotic new things and really make things just spectacularly different from last season. So the Steelers recognize, and Matt Canada recognizes, that this is it. This is his last rodeo unless he really makes some great strides and puts the Steelers into a better position and actually gets them going toward a playoff berth and really shows progress with Kenny Pickett. And I know Kenny Pickett has quarterback coaches Mike Sullivan, which is a great asset to have for Kenny. And that should prove to be really big for him moving into the season. Mike Sullivan is one of the most top shelf quarterback coaches in the entire NFL. And that's hands down. Do some research on Mike. Just see what he's done. See who he's been with. See who he's been around. And you'll be impressed by his resume. But this is it for Matt Canada. He'll be packing his bags back to a college program if he doesn't fix this offense this season, and he knows it. And I know he said in the interview also that in his press conference that he didn't feel any added pressure, but I don't know how you don't when you had such a subpar offense last season, poor red zone efficiency. You didn't take shots down the field. You were very predictable. How don't you feel the pressure from the fan base, from the front office. You have to feel it, guys. It's coming down the pipe for Matt Canada, and he knows that his days are numbered in Pittsburgh if he doesn't make some strides. And I want to talk a little bit also about that offensive line. It's rebuilt. This is set up for Kenny Pickett to have a phenomenal breakout season, guys. They went out in the draft and in free agency and put some real talent on that field. And they have some quality backups now. Even if they keep Kevin Dotson, he's not a scrub, guys. He's a great athlete, and he could start for many teams. So you're going to have some quality depth at that line position. And let's face it, in the NFL, there's a lot of injuries. So you have to have that depth. Yeah, you have a superstar at one spot, but you got to remember depth is key in the NFL. You have to be able to rotate guys in and out, keep people fresh, and be able to take an injury or two that are significant and be able to keep moving, because it's going to happen, guys. And if you don't have an injury, it's very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. So I just want to wrap up here. We know Canada's saying he doesn't feel the pressure. He knows that he needs to bring the ball downfield more. His play calling needs to be better. There's just so many things that he has to do in order to become a better version of Matt Canada's, of himself, of his offense. And he really has to make some strides, guys. So let's just focus on that. Let's see how Kenny takes control here when we move into Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Comment in the videos any questions you may have. We're going to be going live. We're going to be putting the phone numbers up there for you guys to call in, talk shit, give us harsh criticism. I don't care. Say whatever you want. It doesn't matter. We'll just have fun with it, guys. So keep watching. Keep subscribing, guys. We're taking off, man. We're going toward 400 now. So let's keep going with it. Let's keep moving. And just comment, like the videos, share your thoughts on there. Feel free to. I'll delete people that are assholes on there. So, don't worry about making a comment and somebody being rude or nasty to you. I'll delete it. I don't care. I want to hear what you have to say. I don't care if you think it's dumb. It may not be dumb. It could be a good talking point. So who cares? We'll have a great time. Now, I'm not going to be the police officer now and be baby people. Sometimes you're going to have some people say some negative things that are a little bit harsh, and let's all put our big boy pants on and remember that you got to take a little bit if you're going to give something out there. Now, I'm talking vulgar, nasty, crazy comments. I'll delete those. There's no need for that kind of shit, because you can get your point across without being crazy, vulgar, and nasty. So, just again, be decent to people on the channel. Comment. Let's have some fun and keep on watching Mike Drop Sports.